Hi everyone, I am Margo, tarot reader. Thank you and welcome to Soluna Botanica. Today we are doing a general prediction and it's a mini one as well. If you're wanting your own personal consultation, email us at solunabotanica2@gmail.com and or Margo, your tarot reader. And we'll be more than happy to help you. We're open 7 days in the shop and 24 hours through the media. Okay, let's see. What are the messages that we have for our beautiful viewers? Let us see. Okay. Hmm. So remember, this is a general reading. You may or may not resonate with the predictions today. It may be hitting on your energy as we speak or further down the line between now and including up to 2 years based on the energies that are crossing through as we speak in January 2026. It's the beginning of what can and is able to happen and take place in your physical and spiritual life. Now, some predictions can and are allowed to shift and change, others cannot because it is the path that the individual has to take in this physical life. Having said that, um, I think that based on what I'm sensing here, we have a desire and need to find the truth. Now, this could fall in a number of ways because it is a general reading. What is that desire, the need to find the truth? The truth of your not being comfortable where you are, whether it's home environment, relationship environment, work, school, country, even for some. And it's also, it's given us the notion that there's a desire to change those things. Could you possibly, are in transition of whether or not you want to let go of something and or someone. What the universe and or your guide is asking is for you to start getting your things in a row right now, January and February, or about getting your thoughts together, your actions together, your preparations together for the next step that you want to take. If you want to get out of a relationship of some sort, this is the time to do so. If this is the time for you to want to find out who's been betraying you, who's been backstabbing you, this is the time for you to find out or get together the documentations of those that have betrayed, if it has to do with legal and or monetary help. Um, is this a time that you want to go overseas, travel and or move? The universe is saying this is a time for you to prepare for those transitions. Is it the time for you to go and visit someone that you've been missing, or is it possibly the time for them to come to you? And next, a relationship, any kind of factor that has to do with your life. And I'm doing this way because again, it is a general reading, but it's saying that you might hear from someone from the past, someone coming back, they're thinking about it, or you're thinking about it, and you're going to take some actions, or they're going to take some actions later on, sometime after February. If it has happened in the now and you're thinking of whether or not they desire you, want you, or love you, it's a contemplation for me in the way that I sense it. But if it's not going your way serious right now, I would suggest to continue to be patient because it will be later on in the future. Sometime after Mars and Venus is in a how do I put this? They're not visible at this time, but they will be starting right off of the eclipse of February 18. I think it's Venus the one first, and then in Mars in March. Either way, it doesn't matter. What the universe is saying is wait after that period, and I would wait sometime after at the end of February. Those notions will start going into implementing in the energy and also in the spiritual sense. We definitely see that there will be someone wanting to get engaged, wanting to be in a stable relationship with you in later on in 2026. Up to 2 years. Remember, if you're getting to know someone, if you're meeting someone right now and you're just getting to know, you don't know whether or not it's going to work out, it's a big yes when I see this as well. So I feel that be patient, get to know the person, because if you're ready and want a relationship and the person is not fully there, then lead them in the way that you want certain things in life to be. Okay, accommodate to each other. um More than probable, we have a lot of relationships that are going to come in together starting in 2026 and define the relationship, from getting to know each other to dating to boyfriend to engaged to married, and from their family for a lot of you this year. So I bless that. Okay. um can we see what this is? Let's see if we can give more detail for this one. When I see that, it tells me that there is someone, that is not being conducive to you, or someone that has betrayed your energy, or you possibly betrayed someone that they trusted or you trusted. Okay, there's a betrayal of some sort. There's a false friendship, a false friend, or a false relationship, and or a false contract, even for some of you. Okay, it is a general reading. Absolutely. Someone has, there's a betrayal of some sort here. Okay, for some of you, that you've been betrayed by love, by friendship, by work, by contract, by financial situations, and someone is looking to see what you're doing, being spiteful, and or just keeping an eye on you, or vice versa, you are keeping an eye on someone. Now, is this something that you can fix later on, whatever it is happening that you've been betrayed by, or you betrayed of some sort? Is it something that can be salvaged later on in life? Is giving me a big maybe, and for some of you, yes. You can move past the betrayal, past the circumstance that happened between you and the other person. So let's say, because it is a general reading, were you betrayed by your spouse, or you betrayed your spouse? Possibly, maybe you come to the conclusion that you can still be friends, because probably you have things in common, property and or children. um, and also it can be in the other way, that let's say, for example, if it's a broken relationship, friendship, or long-standing friendship, or relatives, it's saying that there will be a conclusion of that sometime starting in this year. And you might decide to come together, or maybe you're coming together because of something, a tragedy that happens, and that brings forth the renewal of the relationship. So it tells me that you've been back and forth with this betrayal. So either in the now and or in the past. So you've been betrayed by this person before. So if that's the case, I would suggest reconsider the things very, very, very clearly, and state what you want to happen to the person that did the wrong on you, or you to them. I would suggest that when they come, or you come to them, be straightforward. Well, what do you expect if it's a relationship, or contract, and or money wise situation? Okay. It says take on you, or because you're the one watching, not them, you are the one that can decide how you want things to turn out. Okay. Now, what's the hope and the desire that we have here? In 1 second, so we have messages coming in. Okay. Okay. So let us let's do what this one is. I'm going to bring in the widower card, so we know that someone will be passing away between now and 2026 into 2027. And for some of you, you are actually entering that phase in the now. Others will be entering into this phase sometime February to April, between those dates, and others at the end of the year. It depends. It is a general reading, but those are very clear energies for me at this time. And we see losses of some of drastic loss coming in, misfortune. Someone is losing. So it kind of relates to what we just said, but also we see a tremendous loss for someone. If you're gambling, I will suggest that January and February are not the best. There might be a loss, or you already just had the loss. They're not the best, because Venus is not visible, so you might have some type of loss of wealth and or money and or some sort of situation I think financially more than anything, and also love. Okay. Um, we have a rebirth of some sort. So maybe someone will be having announcing that they're pregnant in 2026, announcing something new is coming, a project is coming, a business is coming. If it is a business, I will suggest, based on everything that we see here, be cautious, get your ducks in a row for the business, and maybe launch it sometime after the end of February. Okay. Cautious because we do have the eclipse at the end of February as well. It also says that someone are giving birth as well, as of now, into, I want to say February up to February and March. It's very pronounced here on today's reading, so it's captivating more than so those energies, those timings. Okay. Um. Okay. Thank you. Now I wanted to, let's verify, what are we looking at here for some of you with the widower. Yeah, it's a betrayal. So someone has been betrayed. Someone is finding out that they've been betrayed. Someone is cheating. Someone is being with someone else. So it's an unfortunate thing. You went behind and you seek the answers that you seek, and you found out. Now, it also tells me that on the widow sector, it definitely is very clear that someone has been ill for quite some time, and it's hurting you or hurting them to put you in this kind of predicament, and they are passing between now in 2026 for certainty. Maybe for some of you is stating that they would have a medical checkup, and they're giving them the unfortunate news. And 2026 is going to be very difficult to see someone you love being ill, terminally ill, and then God forbid, if they pass now in the now 2026, or including up to 2 years. Okay, but we're seeing that energy very, very prominent for some of you out there. I would suggest that if you're feeling something within yourself that has been long standing and you've been putting away, would it be best now for you to go get that checkup? Probably so. I would say also that in an unfortunate situation with whoever may be going through this transition, it is something that they are probably going to be longing for to end, and not want to be a burden to anybody as well. If they are coming into 2026 being terminally ill, they are getting everything organized, will and so forth between now and February to March, to not be a burden to those that they love and leaving in the 2026. Okay, it is an unfortunate thing, but when we see certain devastating news or predictions in our readings, and the guys are letting me give it, is letting us know that it is time for you to prepare your emotions, your physical body, and your spirit for that next transition, for that next piece of light for you and or a loved one. Okay, trust me when I say this, that our vessel, our body is what stays, but our soul vibrates and live and be free, and it's an eternal light. We are always living, always. Okay, and we can talk about that another time as well. But if you're wanting your own consultation, reading, and indoor ritual of any kind, there are hundreds and thousands of rituals to do in order to get you to what you need and want and desire. We will answer your questions, and when I say we, is thyself and the spirit world. Come along, come to the shop, and or through the media, etc. We can do the readings for you, and have your own experience when it comes to the physical enlightenment through me. And email me at solunabotanica2@gmail.com, and or margourtarotreader@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to help you as always. Now, before we end, do we want to clear any other card? I was touching these ones. Let me see. Who is the desire, and or a lover, and or someone that you're hoping and waiting to hear from. And I say this because when I see it, it takes me back to the message. It tells me that you're waiting to hear from someone. It tells me that you're hoping to reconnect with someone, maybe someone that is overseas, someone that's across country, and or someone that you meet online for some of you. And that you're hoping to hear from someone that you're longing for in reality. So can we? Oh, there we are. They were like, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you've been thinking about someone quite a bit. Actually, so we have, funny thing is, we have the King of Cups, we have the Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and we also have a Aries in here. So we have a water sign. It feels more of a Scorpio and or Cancer energy, but then again, it is a general reading. I'm just stating the ones that pop the most. And then we also have an Aries, and also we have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn kind of like energy here as well. And it feels to me that there are a number of situations here. Are you contemplating your energy between these two, between these type of energies? Or are you having mixed feelings between who do you want? Who do you feel to be more connected to you, more devoted to you, more faithful to you? Who do you think that will be more permanent to be devoted to you, faithful to you? Okay, for some of you. Let's see if we can narrow down from these ones that show the most, okay? If you are, we saw the baby, and you don't know who the child's father is, that could also be for one out there probably that is seeking the answer. Yeah, there's someone that's having a child from someone that they're not together, that they're not, if you're married and you're having a child and you've been in a different type of relationship, and you know what I mean, it says that it's not the person that you're married to. Okay, we definitely, it's saying no to the earth sign, and it's saying yes to a Aries energy, like, and there's a possibility that someone is either claiming it who is a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, someone rising. So there's someone that's aching to have or be a father or mother, and things like that, but they don't, they have this uncertainty once that child arrives. Someone is giving birth to a child and they're being pregnant as we speak, all the way into February, March, half of this year, and the child is not who it's claiming it to be. Okay, that's how we see it. It stands out to me in that energy, like, now, if you are going through that type of transition, since 2025, a reading can predict to an extent the reality of things, but when it comes to a child's energy, because they're still in the light of the Heavenly Father, it is not as precise, but can be at most times. Okay, what I would suggest is, either way, get your own personal reading and find the cause of that, or find what you need to know in reference to that situation, if that was your case. If you are in a situation that you're pregnant and that's what's keeping you holding into the relationship, or that is what you need to keep the relationship, there are things that you can also do. There are rituals that you can do to enlighten that as well. So we'd be more than happy to help you. If you are seeking to have a child as well, we can perform fertility rituals as well. Okay, there are so many ways to do this. It just depends on the energy of the circumstances of the individuals, and that's how the guides will guide me to do and direct your spell and or ritual. Okay. What else can I say for this general reading for you, my loved ones? Absolutely. Thank you. We're going to end with this beautiful note as I'm seeing it here. if you had a mishap with someone that does ritual spells and stuff like that, you know, and you're mistrusting, trust me when I say this, it is just not me saying it. Um, I do, and I go beyond my clients' best interest as always. Okay. And I'm always looking after my client's needs and desires physically and spiritually, whether it's a reading and or spell and ritual. I align myself and put myself in state of in order to manifest certain things for my client. Okay. And this is why I chose to do what I do, because I want everyone, I want the world to be more enlightened. I want the world to understand that what most valuable is our spiritual growth here in this physical life. We're not just here to wake up every day and do the daily thing and then go back and sleep and wake up and redoing it again on a repetitive behavior without getting anything gained from it, or just gaining the material things. For some, yes, that's all there is, because that's all they choose. And they choose it not to be wrong or right. If they're selfish, if they're greedy, that's their journey, that's their experience that they choose to have. If they want to be in that shoes, then let them be. But for me, it's about having that growth, that understanding that we are infinite energy, and that we can make the right choices, the right actions for thyself, most important, and then for all of the individuals around us. Okay. I want you to understand yourself being more. I want you to understand the purpose of why we are here. That is the reason why I absolutely love what I do, and I accept it with all my given light, to let my guides and my spirits and my creator continue to give me this gift so that I can continue to stand here for you. So I'm fortunate. It's something that you need to learn to trust someone that can manifest things for you, that can read you, that can predict for you for your best interest and not just take from you. Okay? So trust the person that you would like to interfere in your behalf in the spiritual realm. We are going to end with the Six of Cups, which is the journey of love and light, and that is why I gave you the speech. And it's also the contract of oneself. Okay? It also means that a lot of you in 2026 will come into a contract agreement that has been holding you out for years and years, centuries even for some, longing for and wanting to unite with that experience, that love, that soulmate, that contract that you're seeking for. Can it be with another person? For some, yes. Can it be with just you yourself? For some, yes. Can it be that your family be reunited for some of you? Yes. Can it be that whoever is missing from your energy, physically or spiritually, that you're longing for will have some type of return in some kind of way, physically, mentally, spiritually? For you, it's a yes. It's a yes. Okay? I will leave it with that, and I wish all of you love and light from me to you. Thank you, everyone. And I would, again, come along and let me have the privilege to help you in your experience of your physical and spiritual enlightenment. Love and light.